Arboretum Security, how may I help you?
Hey, are you doing security over at Arboretum?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do security over here at the Tangier Outlet Malls.
The where?
The Tangier Outlet Malls.
I think that's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Different.
Well, I was just calling to say you guys are B team, we're A team. You guys are mid, we're pro. What do you think of that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do security better than you. We run a tighter ship. We run a cleaner ship. I wanted to tell you, say we put y'all to shame. What do you think of that?
I don't really know what you're talking about.
I'm saying our security team blows y'all out of the water. And we're better at security. We're better at the whole situation than what y'all are doing out there. What do you think about that?
Hey, you're calling GameStop. This is Eddie. Can I help you?
Hey, did you say your name was Eddie?
Yes.
Well, a pleasure to meet you. How you doing today?
Good, good. Anything I can help you out with today?
Yeah, I was calling to see if there is a cheat code for Tony Hawk Underground that would show any naked breasts or anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good. See, I have a son that I want to get some video games, but I feel like pretty much everything has naked breasts and giant boobs, and I just don't want him to go down that road, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What, is there I mean, I don't want to get too crass here, but is there a video game that really just kind of eliminates the overuse of ginormous breasts and huge boobs? I don't want that in the...
The only games I can think of that would be like that would be like the Lego games.
The Lego games is the games without any kind of use of big boobs and giant massive boobs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Well, Lego games, is there anything that involves maybe something with a storyline where you are kind of first person and there's zero opportunity to see any breasts?
Not that I'm aware of.
When did that happen with video games? When did it become just all about big boobs and ginormous massive breasts?
About the same time as the PS2 with Grand Theft Auto.
Really? Grand Theft Auto is what we can thank for all the boobs in all these video games.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's just kind of a picture of society these days. And instead of interesting stories or, puzzles for one of us to solve, what we see is just a distraction and a use of, sexualizing massive breasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess just Lego games it is. What video games do you play?
Pokemon.
Pokemon? Okay. Is there going to be, in Pokemon, are there any breasts in that? Or boobs?
No. No.
Oh. Okay, so that sounds like an acceptable option as well. Well, does it teach evolution?
Yes.
Okay. Does Lego teach evolution?
No.
Okay. So Lego kind of seems like the only neutral option here without huge breasts, massive titties, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get asked this question a lot? I feel like you kind of had a quick answer.
Yeah, we do get these questions a lot.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Well, Eddie, I'm going to let you go. Everything good be with you, and I hope you have a good rest of your holiday season.
You too.
Just one quick question. Are you interested in part-time work?
No.
Okay, what about full-time work?
No, not at the moment.
Well, I have a packet for $40, and I think they could teach you how to take it downstream, making almost $200 a month.
No, that's fine.
Well, what about $1,000 a week?
No.
What about $2,000 a week?
No.
Eddie, what kind of money are you interested in making? I'm calling from Amway.
No, I'm good.
I think we can set you up as a business owner, a small business owner doing part-time work.
No, that's fine.
I think we can do something.
Nah.
We can find something that works for both of us.
No, that's fine.
You, me, the downstream, and we're sitting on a pile of coins like we're a dragon from a movie. Let's do this.
No, that's fine.
Come on. You're distracted by big breasts and Pokemon. You gotta focus on the money. You gotta focus on Amway.
No, that's fine.
Eddie, all you've talked about is how much you love big breasts and Pokemon, and I'm trying to tell you, let's make a change. I'm calling from Amway. Let's get you invested.
No, that's fine.
I don't know if it's fine. You look back. Imagine if you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, right? This is that opportunity right now.
I did
2020.
like Bitcoin.
You did buy Bitcoin 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, imagine making that decision right now again and feeling even better about it.
No, that's fine.
Because Bitcoin pretty hard to explain to the parents. Amway pretty easy. They know what it is. They like it.
It was security.
Hey, you doing security over at Gateway?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm doing security over here at Tangier Outlet Mall. Man, have you ever, did anyone ever try to sell you on an MLM or a pyramid scheme?
Yeah, it was kind of funny in middle school. Like, probably my best friend in elementary school, Rambly, hit me up. We hadn't really talked. And then he's like, hey, you want to come to my house today? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's good. He's hitting me up to hang out. And then I get there, it's like some soda, like fucking pyramid scheme.
In middle school?
Yeah.
Dude, that is a baby hustler. Is he in business now?
I don't sadly know.
Man.
But it was something called like views or something.
How do you get it on the, are you selling soda?
Yeah, it was like you sell soda, and it was just like, it was so funny. Like the messaging was like, this could change the world. It's like you'll show people, and they'll show their friends. And it'll just cause a shockwave throughout society.
Really fucking early for an MLM.
For real.
Yeah, so that was in middle school. I remember like telling my parents, I'm like, we should definitely go in on this. And my dad was like, no, it's a scam. Don't
He's
don't
like,
trust.
Dad,
Man.
if you get your friends to help, then that'll be more money to you and then more money to me. Plus, I need a ride.
Yeah, a 12-year-old trying to explain an upstream to his dad. No,
Yeah.
Dad. You know, it's not even about selling soda. When you get other people to sell the soda, your dad's like, damn, Wyatt, that sounds smart. He's like taking a puff
You
of the
drank
blunt.
the soda,
That's
Wyatt.
crazy.
Man, when I was working at Starbucks, a guy was like, oh, are you interested in part-time work? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And I remember he pulled up in some shit-ass sedan, like the most garbage sedan in the world, and then tried to tell me he made $20,000 a month selling Prime America. And all I could think was like, damn, you should really show up in like a sick ride. I'm 16 and I'm smarter than you. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
how can you pull up in that and try to convince me you make $250,000? You know what I mean? I make $250,000. I'm going to probably get a pretty nice stinking car, right?
Yeah, or they're just like humble, like they're Kawhi Leonard or something.
Who?
Kawhi Leonard. He's like a basketball player, but I think he lives in like a 2-bedroom apartment. At
like
least when
Larry-
he played for the Spurs.
It's like Larry Bird. Even when he was playing in the NBA, he still mowed his own yard in Indiana.
Wow, it's like Dennis Rodman. He still sucks his own dick. Just like that guy.
Humble.
Humble. I think, I don't know, man. If I had money, I wouldn't be humble. I'd be like doing nice shit all the time. I'd be doing dope shit with my friends.
Yeah, it'd be like the God's Plan music video, just giving out money.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, I'd be keeping them. It'd be like God's plan, except it's just me CGI'd to every single character where I'm buying myself stuff.
Hell yeah.
Definitely not the hero Drake is.
Hey, it's all good. We can't all be Drake.
I did like that video.
I got approached by Amway in college, and like I was
How'd the pitch go? Who was it?
It was just some random guy. Like I was at the grocery store one night. He came up. He's like, "Hey, I think I've seen you around before." I was like, "Really? I just moved here." And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, anyway, like I want to welcome you to the neighborhood." And like, you know, he's like, "Did you move here with a job?" I was like, "Well, no, I'm going to school." He's like, "Well, do you want part-time work?" Just
Nice.
like your boy. And I was like, "Yeah, all right, whatever." Like I was just kind of like, "Sure, whatever." Like I just got here. Like let me see what you're trying to sell me.
You thought you just got discovered. You thought this guy looked at you. That looks like a good freaking worker. You just saw the strength of your calves.
Yeah. The way I was pushing that cart with all that cereal.
Did you exchange numbers? Or did you get pitched right there?
No, so he's like, "Well, here's my number, and you know, like I can meet you on campus, you know, at the coffee shop or whatever in a couple days." And so I go to the meeting. Dude pulls up and he has like another guy with him, and he looks like a student too, because the guy who I ran into that's pitching the Amway, he was like in his 30s, obviously. This was like another student. And basically it turned into him. This guy was already in his downstream, but he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you what I do, like so you can hustle other people." And as soon as so he's just like sitting there taking notes, and I'm already like, okay, I've heard about Amway and like MLMs before. It's like, this is very, very fishy. because I keep saying like, oh, what's the name of the company, or like, what's the name of the brand? And it's not until the very end when he pulls out the little packet and it opens up and it says Amway.
Nice.
I immediately like push it away, and I was like, this isn't for me. I'm sorry. He's like, no. He's like, why isn't it? Like, he kept like asking me like, well, why isn't it a fit for you? Like, you kept agreeing to those questions before. I was like, yeah, just I've heard about Amway. Like, I'm not
I have
interested.
Google, my dog.
Yeah. I was like, he's like, no. He's like, that's the old Amway. Like, this is the new one. Like, it's not a pyramid scheme. Like, I was like, it is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
And so basically he's like, well, why don't you just take the materials home and then call me later? You know, he was like, here's a little DVD. I was like, DVD? Like, this is fucking 2014, dude. Like, come on. So, but I take it anyways, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw this away, which I did. And then he calls me a week later. He's like, so, like, where are we at? I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. He's like, oh, okay, well, like, I'll just need to meet up and like get that pamphlet and DVD back from you. I was like, oh, well, I kind of already threw it away, so, because like you gave it to me. He's like, well, no, I loaned it to you. I was like, no, you didn't. You said take it.
Was he trying to charge you for that?
Yeah, he was like, well, he's like, those materials are $40.
No. Well, I guess I just got up, didn't I, buddy?
And like,
I guess you just lost $40, didn't you, Daniel?
I was like, you just got played by a freshman in college.
Man.
But like, it doesn't even end there. He kept harping on me about it. He's like just calling me during class all the time, and I wasn't about to like change my number over this shit. So I was like, fine, whatever. Like, I said, do you take a check? He's like, yeah. I was like, got his ass again. Because as soon as like I gave him the check, I just immediately canceled it, and then I never heard from him again.
Oh, nice. He didn't go in, and when you cash it, they just said it's no good. He felt like an idiot and didn't want to call you again. I love that you gave him a check. What a G move, Robert. That is so tight. Okay, did you go to his house, or did you make him drive to you?
No, we met up back on campus because I was like, I don't want to know where you live.
Nice. Man, I kind of want to, I think it'd be fun to try to get people to sell me on an MLM on this podcast. Because I saw right through it. I'm not even a smart guy. I'm kind of a dumb guy. And he came in and I was like, yeah, the second time that someone tried, I had a roommate, I was paying $400 to rent a room out over on Wickersham and Riverside. A guy moves in. He has a pretty nice job, a nice bicycle. He's like, hey, can I take you for a beer at Buzzmill? Yeah, buddy, let's go. We sit down at Buzzmill, and he's like, so are you interested in online marketing? I said, hey, man, I'm pretty much down for any job as long as it's not Amway or something. And he's opening up a little pamphlet, and as he's opening it up, he just closes it back again, and he goes, it's Amway. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. He's like, hey, man, I didn't buy it either until I was in South Carolina at the Amway conference, and I saw a guy get into a Ferrari. Do you know why? He's making $500,000 a year.
Because that's
and I
what
was
he
like,
rented at the fucking Enterprise lot.
yeah, like sounds like that guy signed you up, big dog. I think his name is Michael or David, but some Round Rock dude moved down to big city Austin and was excited to get me sold on. He's like, it's online marketing. I'm like, I think it's other jobs. I think you're thinking it's a pyramid scheme, not online marketing. Man, you should start a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I'll be like Brassway.
That's good.
Big Y's brass tablets.
I'll be like, you get your friends, you sell your brass, you get your brass knuckles, you enforce your pyramid, you enforce your territory.
You take these brass tablets once a week. It's going to help with your embouchure, your breath control. It's going to make you the best fucking player in state, boy.
Once you get your pyramid, you must defend your pyramid.
Yeah, you got. I think what the most people fail at in these schemes is they don't protect their turf enough, and that's what all changed to the pyramid scheme landscape in 2021.
You bring in violence to the game. A lot of these fools using manipulation. Wyatt's locking the doors at his pitches, and he's like, "So who's playing?"
Yeah, I'll be like, you don't want this pamphlet? I'll be like, too bad.
I use
Like,
my
you
downstream money to buy a Glock.
Like, you're taking this pamphlet.
So, Wyatt. Can I call you Wyatt?
Yeah.
So you're part of Big Y's brass band.
Yep.
So do people call you Big Y seriously, or is that just...
Yeah, a lot of people call me that, and that was my high school nickname. My good friend, Duncan, who's my roommate now, called me it, and then it just kind of stuck for eternity pretty much. But I don't know. I guess I kind of like it. There could be much worse nicknames. you don't get to choose nicknames.
No,
They're
they
just kind of
choose
given
you.
to you.
People don't like when you try to do that.
Yeah, it's like no, like I'm Sparky, man.
What's up? My name's
Something like-
Bringer of Thunder. How you doing
Yeah.
today? People hated it.
It's like, no, you're a tweaker.
It's like, yeah, you can't do that. That's against what God had in store.
But so how big is Big Y though? Is it like, is that what you credit yourself on albums or?
Yeah, I guess yeah, that's what our band name is, and that's not really what my solo. I don't really have any solo music out, but maybe it's just Big Y's, and yeah, I guess right now we're just like a 10-piece band. But then people will be like, hey, can you march through my bar mitzvah / funeral / birthday party / whatever, and we'll make some good money playing the private stuff like that.
Wow, 10 pieces.
Yeah, not everyone is, every time we do stuff is 10-piece, but yeah, when we do these weddings, it'll be like a 5 or 6-piece. But yeah, it's a fun way to make money.
What about the funeral bar mitzvahs?
Oh yeah, it's funny. A brass band will get hit up to do funerals a lot because people like in New Orleans, that's what they do, is like have a brass band.
Is there a funeral that stands out to you in mind where you're like, that was particularly interesting?
There's one in Dripping Springs that was a hippie funeral. So it was us marching and about like 200 hippies behind us as we were marching. It was a lot of fun. It was really surreal.
Like the stereotypical 60s hippies, like dudes in dungarees and no shirt on, or
A little bit of that, but it's just like everyone wearing like very flamboyant clothing and I guess just doing their thing. It was really a spectacle.
was anyone dropping some tabs?
I don't believe so, but
This sounds like a lame hippie funeral.
hey,
Yeah.
even hippies gotta slow it down on the funeral.
Let them mourn.
Yeah, even hippies gotta mourn.
Even hippies have to take a day off drugs.
Indeed.
Yeah, I would hate hippies. I'm good off that. A hippie funeral, might like to see it.
Yeah, it was fun.
This episode of the Fart Locker is brought to you by Big Bob's Truck Nut Emporium. Big Bob's Truck Nut Emporium. Big Bob's has all the nuts. Chrome nuts, red nuts, black nuts, all the nuts. Need a gift for your mother or in-laws? How about some family-sized truck nuts? Located just off of 183 and 71, look for the big inflatable truck nuts. Come by and take a look at our nuts in person or online at BigBob's TruckNutEmporium.com. Big Bob's Truck Nuts. Ask about our senior citizen discounts.
Exclusives Fart Locker Scoop. Big Y of Big Y's brass band peaked in first grade.
Yeah, so I peaked in first grade when I realized my pyramid scheme career wouldn't work out.
Man, if you imagine if you would have sold your dad on that pyramid scheme, though, right? How good your life would be. How long your downstream would be by now.
Who have been like, son, we're gonna be pyramid tycoons together.
Yeah.
We'll go the distance.
It's actually never too late. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today was, no, I'm kidding, I don't know. That Robert locks
Hey,
the
it's
door.
time for you to check out this DVD from Amway.
Are you interested in part-time work or full-time work, I guess?
I'm just saying there's as many $40 DVDs as I can have, please.
Man, I like that you screwed the Amway guy. Amway guy tried to play you. You played that fool right back. You fiddled that guy.
I just felt so dirty being in, like, when he opened up that packet. I was like,
How dirty did you feel?
I just felt like such a chump.
Felt so
'cause, like,
dirty.
I had known about Amway like before, and even my dad was like, yeah, like first job out of college, this dude tried to put me in this like insurance pyramid scheme.
Scams.
So, but it is just that thing that just some of them are just really good at hiding it until you're actually there.
Man, the whole history of fucking Amway and the Chamber of Commerce and the way it relates to fucking Betsy DeVos and fucking Blackwater and all that shit and the way that all that money's tied together with the government. You guys look at the fucking Chamber of Commerce and it was set up just to defend direct selling organizations. Direct selling is just a nice way to put MLMs. It's wild.
When you buy that 24-piece Tupperware set from Amway, you are funding the next drone strike in the Middle East.
Probably. If I chase that money down, we'd get that somewhere with a stretch.
Well, it's time to take my allegiances elsewhere. I'm gonna find that. I think it was called Views. That was the soda pyramid scheme I wanted to be a part
I
of.
wonder if they're just selling normal. Because if you have a good soda pop, just sell it to a gas station, my dog, and the gas station will sell it.
Yeah, I was like, it was just too good to be true.
Yeah.
Also, isn't it messed up that like Diet Coke like has carcinogens in it. I always like think it's funny when I see people drinking Diet Coke. I'd be like, isn't that stuff so bad for you?
Carcinogens are chemicals that give you cancer, right?
I think so.
But just it's a broad term of anything that can give you cancer, right?
I guess so.
That's what Big Pepsi wants you to think.
Big Pepsi. So does Diet Coke give people cancer?
I don't know.
Aspartame, maybe?
Maybe it's just an old wives' tale, but
An old Y tail.
an old wide tale. But I don't know. I just heard that, and something just doesn't sit right with me about like diet soda.
I've always heard that it's like, oh well, diet soda is actually worse for you because it's more chemicals, and I've heard the carcinogens too. And
I'm looking up that iconic Trump tweet. You guys know what tweet I'm thinking of? I've got to Google it. It's when he said, "I've never seen a skinny person enjoy a Diet Coke."
Yeah, that's true.
What is his iconic? I'm searching Trump Diet Coke tweet. Here we go. I have never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. October in 2012.
Nice.
He was one of the greatest posters of all time. Another Coke, he says, the Coca-Cola company is not happy with me. That's okay. I'll still keep drinking that garbage. October 2012. Fuck Trump for real, but shit. King of Twitter. Still be president of Twitter, Trump. You should get back on, man. I would love to find Trump's alt account where he's still just tweeting about how much he hates Diet Coke and pretending to know who Soleimani is.
Yeah, his burner account. You gotta find it.
Man, there's a journalist that found what's his face, Mitt Romney's burner account, and it was like super easy to find. It was very funny. Where you could go through Mitt Romney's tweets, and it was all just defending Mitt Romney politely.
It's like, hey, he's all right.
It was just like a defending account.
It was. Here's the thing: is like, you know how most scumbags are like even worse behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney is straight up who he says he is, and has this like polite Mormon attitude on his secret burner account, where he's like, "If you don't mind," in Mitt's defense, I believe he thinks. While like me, I'm like, "Die, journalist! I hope you die." Mitt Romney, 100% who he says he is. Well, also probably a CIA agent.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
Did you guys know each other in high school, or did you guys meet in college?
We met in college.
But you guys just went to rival high schools?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. We met because we worked at Sony, and then like at Sony they fly us out to New York every year. And then this kid's like, "Hey, are you Wyatt?" I'm like, "Yeah." And you're like, "I'm the Dallas rep. I went to Lake Travis." I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. Well, it's like, oh no.
Curse is foiled again.
Another story. My good friend Jelly Bean. He was
Sick
in
name.
the,
Love it every time I hear it.
Fuck yeah. Jelly Bean, if you hear this, get your ass back to Austin. But he was in the front ensemble, and before a big performance, he was doing this thing with like his friends and a bunch of people around that time, is giving them back nipples on their t-shirts. It's where you go up to their and like you pinch and then twist and pull out on a dude's t-shirt, and it kind of looks like they're nipping, but you do it on their back and do it double. And so he did it to the front ensemble director's shirt when he wasn't looking, and dude just turned around and was like, "Jacob, grow up," and like stormed off. And then the main band director like came up to Jelly Bean. It's like, "So Daniel said something like you did something to him earlier, like he's really mad at you." So he's like, "So what did you do?" And Jelly Bean was like, I gave him back nipples." He's like, "What?" He's like, "I gave him back nipples." And the dude, like, the director paused, laughed, and he's like, "Don't do that," and just walked away. And that was it.
That's really goofy.
But the best part was, because he did it to the director and his back is always to the audience, we got to look at Jelly Bean's work during the whole performance, see those back nipples.
Hell yeah.
He didn't have an extra shirt on hand.
Got foiled again.
That was a good Christmas concert.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met this Jelly Bean person, but I've heard of the lore over the years.
Man, you've only heard of Jelly Bean? He's an Austin guy? You
I
just
didn't
hear
even
his
know.
term, or only from Bobby?
I've just heard of his stories from Robert.
Okay, so he might not be real.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he's very real.
We've gotten no proof of Jelly Bean besides your stories.
I mean, I can show you photos of him. And
I bet you
I got a
did.
friend. He just goes to a different school.
Yeah, you want to see my girlfriend in Canada? I got photos. Go to my Weebly site.
Hey,
Weebly.realassgirlfriend
he
in
was an
Canada.
Xbox Live friend or something.
Man.
This game, I actually know.
You play Xbox Live?
Not really, but I played it with my friends as a kid, and there's always the fifth graders and always I think as a kid, this is pretty funny. As a kid, my friend, all he listened to was like 40s like swing music. So we would like play that on Xbox Live, and like people would just be cursing us out because we were just playing like this like I don't know, your grandma's like dance music, and people would be like, turn this off, and just like saying horrible things to us. We'd be like, we don't care, man. So we would just like put the speaker right next to his mic, and people on Xbox Live were not fans of us. But yeah, I don't know. My parents never really let me got a Xbox until I was in high school, so I was kind of like, it took me a while to get into that.
had to get your shit talking game up pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure. But the world hardened me, as you can see.
Sounds like it. I won an Xbox at a baseball game when I was in like junior high. And so I had one, but like live cost extra money. And I got Tony Hawk's and then played that for a bit. And then I sold it. And I was like, man, $100. Hell yeah, that was tight. I couldn't play video games. They're too fast. I'm so dumb.
It's all good.
All that computer moving in front of me. It's like the
Yeah.
Matrix.
I'm pretty bad at them too. The only one I've ever beat is Animal Crossing. They didn't even have an object to the game.
Well, how'd you beat it?
Yeah.
I beat it in my head.
He said, I'm the best at it.
Yeah, I told myself, hey, I put in enough effort. I beat it by myself.
Nice. Man, Animal Crossing. That's the one where he's just all chilling, right? There's no...
Yeah, you just like build a house.
It's like Second Life.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like your life away from life.
Nice.
But it's weird. You're the only human. Everyone else in the town's animals. So
You're the only human?
yeah, like you're the only human unless like your other friends visit you.
Which is allowed.
Yeah. But it's like your friends from like the actual, like, if they have an account, they can visit. But like in the game, there's actually not like other humans other than just the other people that play the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the other townsfolk are just animals.
And what do you do to them?
You just talk to them, and you can. It's funny, like sometimes you'll say something and they'll be like, "Oh, like they took that the wrong way." Like they'll get pissed at you, so you're like, "Oh man, now I got beef with this."
Yeah.
With this cow or whatever.
This fucking cow and I
like
have
now,
an
whenever
issue,
I'm gonna
dude.
go talk to this cow, they're gonna be pissed off at me.
My favorite is when the neighbors in Animal Crossing, they'll come up to you and like, I need a new catchphrase. Like, can you help me come up with one? And then it's just like big tits, or it's just like beep beep. For a while, I had one say "break yourself" whenever he like greeted me. He's like, "Break yourself." It's like, "How are you doing?" I was just like, "Damn."
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then like there'd be like a comet in the sky sometimes, and then there'd be like a UFO sometimes. And it's like there'd be like holidays and stuff. Like it would like if there was a holiday, there'd be actually a holiday in the game. So it's pretty intricate.
Yeah,
Pretty intricate. They got a lot of holidays, man. It's
Yeah.
like real life in there. Birthdays, Christmas. That shit
Yeah.
was a whole nother world.
Just whole next level. And love me in some Animal Crossing.
You still play?
Not really. Like I'm pretty.
You beat the dang game.
I'm
of
pretty.
course.
Yeah, I beat
You
it.
play
so-
chickens?
What'd you say?
You play chickens?
No, what's that?
It's a game JT taught me.
All right, what is it?
Playing chicken or playing birds?
Yeah.
Oh, bird fights. He's talking about chicken fights. Cock fights.
Oh, okay.
Cut that.
You want to cut cockfights? I fuck with cockfights heavy. I'm sorry. We probably don't like that, but man, you ever been to a cockfight?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Sean and I tried to go one in New York, but then the closest we got, a guy was like, "Well, we know of a human fight in Brooklyn."
What? I don't want to see humans fight. I'm not a sicko.
I was like, "No, that's a little too rich."
I
for
thought
our
in
blood."
like I'm not sure where, but I heard of like they do like that with beetles. Like they get beetles to fight each other.
Let's see
Fighting
that. I'd like to
beetles?
watch that too.
Like that'd be pretty intense.
I bet that's on YouTube. Will you search up fighting beetles on YouTube, Robert?
Yeah, give me a sec.
That's got to be on YouTube, right?
No, it definitely is.
Yeah, if it is, I could watch a
I've
couple
looked up
rounds.
like Scorpion versus tarantula fight, and there's a couple good ones on
Don't
YouTube.
you love smoking weed?
No, man. No.
Torch.
I just love watching tarantulas and scorpions fight of my own accord.
One time I was like, when quarantine first started, I was like, I would like to know more about bees. And like YouTubed bees and like for like 3 days watched like dozens of hours of YouTube about information about bees and how bees got Africanized. You know what Africanized bees, man, is wild. It's an experiment gone wrong. Made us some dangerous bees.
Oh, one of the top results was World Beetle Wrestling Championship.
Nice. Wow. I like that they challenge each other throughout the world.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah, well, who's the goat beetle?
Best beetle of all time.
It's like who's won the most fights? It's like who's still alive?
Well, man, Ringo's alive. John's alive. John Lennon's dead. The other
he's
guy's
dead.
alive though. Paul
Yeah.
Rodriguez. What's his last name? Paul McCartney. That guy's alive. And then there's one more.
No, it's only Ringo and Paul that are still alive.
Well, who's the dead ones? You got George
Yeah,
George
and
Harrison.
John.
Harrison. And what'd he die from?
I think cancer.
Yeah, it was either cancer or AIDS.
Wow.
But he died. I think it was like the
Think-
late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
Well, John Lennon died in like the 60s or 70s.
I think it was in the 80s.
Yeah, I think it
80s?
Yeah,
I thought it was like 1980 or like later in the 80s.
I want to say 1980 as well. And then like the first time I visited New York City, the tour guide took us like outside his apartment, and then in the park they have like that little mosaic memorial for him. I was like, psh. It's like I was always more of a George fan, anyways. Next.
I mean, I don't know any of them. I do wear a shirt that says anti-John Lennon stuff and watch people freak out about it. And I don't know why I'm like an annoying teenager. I can't help it though. But I love to watch people get so upset about how much they love John Lennon. I'm like, you don't even know the guy. But that being said, when Doja Cat had COVID, I was like,
No, for sure. What does the shirt say?
it's John Lennon, and it says John Lennon, and then he's in crosshairs, like through a scope, and it says justice has been served.
Damn.
It's out there.
I thought it was gonna be like a shirt that says like, it's like, did you know John Lennon beat his wife? He sucked. Like his music sucks too, or something.
Nice.
It's just
Like that's just like, damn. I bet you get some visceral reactions.
I
to
do
that.
like when people do get in weird about this shirt towards me. I do like to say, I love to say, you know what? It's really rare these days for people to defend a woman hitter. So I'm proud of you for being brave. And that just makes people even more mad. But I'm like, I don't fucking know John Lennon. I don't know who he hit or why. I just think the shirt's funny. I think it's funny because it's like, damn, why would you just say that? What a wild enemy to make. I don't know anything about John Lennon. I know his name's spelled Lennon, and it's like weird. You spelled Lennon wrong.
Close relation to Vladimir Lenin.
I figure like the sheets or the beans. Isn't there a linen bean?
I don't even know.
Maybe what's linen? I don't know. In Boise,
linen.
Idaho.
Yeah, the cloth, like linen cloth.
Yeah, in Boise, Idaho, they have the Lennon Auditorium. And my initial thought was like, because it's spelled like Lenin, like the cloth. I was like, is this named after Vladimir Lenin? And I was like, this is such a weird. I was like, in Boise, Idaho.
Cloth linen's spelled differently too.
Really? I don't know. I barely know how to read.
Linen.
Linen. Isn't that how Lenin is? I don't know how Vladimir Lenin is spelled. I know that's not how John.
The Russian way is Lenin.
Yeah, it's a woven. Hey, here's what linen is. Found out what this. Oh, it's Linen, and it's a woven. It's cloth woven from flax. Y'all know that?
Sadly, didn't.
You
But
did?
now I do know.
The more you know.
I've had flaxseed crackers. I've had flaxseed face wash.
Flaxseed pants.
That shit can do it all.
Hell yeah,
Man, I try to only wear cotton these days.
that's good.
Thank you.
No polyester.
Now I'm fucked with polyester. No way. Got these for Christmas. They're wool on the inside, fake wool, but
Those are fresh.
thank you. They're Uggs.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get some Crocs soon.
Me too.
They're really great. Everyone
Again?
hates on them, but they're kind of having a renaissance.
Yeah.
Croissants.
It is the croissants.
Yeah.
So are the little tabs you can put in them to kind of style them out.
Yeah, what are they called? Like gibbets?
Yep.
Widgets?
Gibbets, I
They're
think.
just fucking charms.
Charms.
Just
I had like a Longhorn one. I had a Batman one and like some other random stuff. Those are cool. Yeah, I need to get some Crocs again.
When I was like 21, I like really wanted to dress cool. And now that I'm like almost 30, I'm like, I really want to dress comfortable. It's like I
Yeah.
hate that I can't wear sweatpants everywhere. I'm like, ugh, why don't you just let me, everyone? Let's all sign a
Yes,
social contract.
unfair.
No fair. Man, you want to plug anything, Big Y?
Yeah, shout out Amway.
Shout out Amway.
Keeping me fed.
views.
Keeping my rent paid. Because I sell the DVDs. I just sell the DVDs out of my car.
You get the free DVDs, selling for $40.
Yeah. And then they're like, and I'm like, hey, you want to see what Amway's all about? And they're like, yeah, sure, guy selling DVDs from his car. I'm like, here you go. That's only $40. You have to buy the whole kit for $200, but you can just watch the DVD or listen to the DVD in your car. Because there's a hidden cheat code where if you put a DVD into the car, CD, it'll just play the sound of the movie.
Is that
Fuck
true?
yeah.
No.
Man, why aren't DVDs should be made like that though?
That'd be so funny. You're like, all right, I want to watch this movie, but I'm in the car. All right, I'll just listen to the audio. Sounds great. Let's make it a thing.
That's how I watch movies, anyways.
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
lay back.
Well, before you go though, I wanted to ask you about some of the feature work you've done, like for Black Odyssey, and can you name some? Can you? Who
Yeah, I
off the
guess-
top of your head so far?
Black Odyssey and Los Coast. Oh, I did a session with Chris Bosch once.
Did that go anywhere?
I recorded that like about a year ago. I haven't really heard anything. But you
Okay.
know how it is, sometimes I'll do stuff and it'll take years to materialize. Like Black Odyssey, I recorded that stuff 2 years ago,
Oh shit! For
and
real?
just now, like, but that album's doing crazy.
Yeah.
It's doing really well. Really proud to be on it.
Awesome.
I know with rappers, they have like they'll do their fee. It's like if you want Future to be featured on your next album or track, he's like, I charge this much for a verse, or each bar is this much. I mean, is it the same with you, and just people hit you up, or
I just kind of do a sliding scale because some people are kind of struggling, and I like their work, So I'm kind of like,
it's more of a buddy
you don't want
situation?
to price gouge everyone, especially when it's your friends. But then some people, I'll be like, oh, that I don't even want to work on this music. So then I'll be like, all right, I'll raise the price. That hasn't happened too much, thankfully. But yeah, I kind of do a sliding scale. It just kind of depends on what the time frame is and etc.
Now, getting that work, is it usually, they're just like, well, we want horn players. Like, who are the horn players in Austin? And they just find you, or
Yeah,
is it more
so
of like they already know you and they're like,
A little of both. Some people, it's like a building off a prior relationship, and then some. Yeah, a good amount of time these days, people be like, I want a trumpet, and there's only so many trumpet players in Austin, so I feel like my name gets usually tossed in the hat.
yeah.
So that's a blessing.
Would you say, what do you like more? Is it that session work, just being on all these different people's albums and tracks, or is it just going back to doing your whole thing with Big Y?
I love doing a bit of both. I started a new group called Allison, the Wise Guys. It's kind of more of a soul band
Uh-huh.
that I'm like playing guitar and singing with. So it's fun to do something new with that. And we've done every Wednesday at Continental Club this month.
You also do a lot of work with, it's the Waters, right?
Yeah.
But that was more of like we just want horn players, like we're going to hire you out.
Not really. I'm like a part of that band, which is really nice. They're killer. But yeah, it's they kind of kept me afloat during the pandemic because they were taking shows when
No one else was.
it was nice. Like whenever we got to play at Far Out Lounge, it was like this is the only place in town with. I remember you came to that,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize you knew Sterling
Oh yeah, Sterling used to teach me how to play saxophone back in high school.
Yeah, I love that dude. He's a goofball.
Yeah. All right. Well, before you leave, before we kick you out, anything else you want to promote? You got your New Year's show. Which
You got any stories?
Yeah, man. One time I was in 5th grade, and and they said, "Who's gonna be the king of the sandcastle?" And I said, "Me. It's me, Big Y. Everyone, bow down. Be like, I'm the king of Amway. I'm a king of the soda. You're gonna buy this $40 DVD. I'm the leader." And everyone said, "Yeah." Just kidding. That didn't happen. But it
Elementary
happened.
school was good for you.
Yeah, it happened in my mind as a 5th grader, and that's half the battle sometimes.
Yeah, see
Just
yourself
making it
as king.
happen in your mind.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Big Y, it was great to have you on.
Kaffa, we'll miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone. Robert's moving to Nashville soon.
Mm-hmm.
The Fart Locker will never be the same without this great man.
Well, I'll still be working on it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This would be done over Zoom.
You're right.
Gotta be honest, I think that's how most podcasts are now. People just do it
Never
online.
mind. I forgot about that.
Yeah, fall the fuck back. Why? How dare you insult Robert's ability to chime in?
All right, I'm getting out.
Shaking like tambourine. In the H, what a pain, sweet as tangerine. What it bouncing on foes like trampoline. Just the break state of tickets, I can't believe. Run the side, run the side, run the side, run the side. Swerve, the rims is glistening. They got see the wood cause the top is missing. I sleep on dreams cause it's paper I'm chasing. My roots come from Texas, this pimplation. On the side, on the side,